What's going on, all you mentees? This is the Uncanny Omar, and you see the suit, so you know what time it is. It's time to talk about one Marvel Omnibus reprint and one new Marvel Omnibus coming out in the summer of 2022. So let's get started. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advanced notification of these two Omnis coming out in the summer of 2022. So before getting started, please don't forget to smash that like button, ring that bell for notifications, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let others know where you get your exclusive breaking news in the world of the Marvel Collected Editions. And don't forget to share the video. By all means, please. If you want to stay away from spoilers, don't go to the comments section. Just watch the video. Then by all means, go to the comments. Let us know what you think of these Omnis. So, the very first one I'm going to be talking about, I kind of hesitated when I said reprint, but it is a reprint, not to confuse you all, but it is rebranded with a new name. So let's talk about that. This was previously released under a different title. Now, since the book has been out of print, as a matter of fact, actually both of his Omnis are out of print right now, they're bringing it back as another title. So it's the exact same content. Stay with me, I promise this will all make sense. So, coming in the summer of 2022, the very first book I'm going to be talking about is the reprint, or rather a rebrand, there we go, of Miles Morales Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. So, let's take a look at this standard edition cover first. This standard edition cover is drawn by Carrie Andrews, and this is the one that's going to be available everywhere. So, let's take a look at the content down here. So this is collecting Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1 through 28, 16.1, Spider-Men 1 through 5, Cataclysm, Ultimate Spider-Man, the 3-issue miniseries, Ultimate Spider-Man number 200 when it went back to the original numbering system, Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man 1 through 12, and then material from Ultimate Fallout number 4. So this was previously released as Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus, and I got so many questions about the difference between that and Spider-Man Miles Morales Omnibus, what the differences were, and I think what they're doing with this rebrand is probably simplifying it and making this a Volume 1, and then that Spider-Man Miles Morales Omnibus will come back as a Volume 2. That's just my thinking. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do or not, but this is the era of Brian Michael Bendis introducing us to this brand new character named Miles Morales. But before I go any further, let's take a look at this direct market cover. So this is the direct market cover that is drawn by the phenomenal Sarah Pichelli. And with direct market covers, again, these are only available at your local comic book shop and some online retailers. So this is the era, as I was saying earlier, where Brian Michael Bendis created the character of Miles Morales. Something happens to the Peter Parker of the Ultimate Universe, and this kid named Miles Morales ends up taking the role of Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe. Now, of course, something happens towards the end of this series that leads into the next series. That kind of sounds silly to say, but it all leads into something called Secret Wars. And after Secret Wars, Miles gets a new series, and I assume that's what Volume 2 will be. But yes, this is all written by Brian Michael Bendis, and you have the phenomenal talent in here of Sarah Pichelli, but also David Marquez, Pepe Larraz, and Mark Bagley, and Chris Samney also supplying a lot of the artwork. Again, that will be available in the summer of 2022. Now, let's talk about the next book. So the next book is also set in the Ultimate Universe, and it's a brand new book. This one comes out again in the summer of 2022, and one I did not see coming, honestly. And people have asked me, and I was just being honest with them, even though it made it in my top 20 most wanted omnibus, I didn't think they were going to do it, but here we are. So coming out in the summer of 2022, it is my pleasure to announce Ultimate Xmen Volume 1. Let's take a look at this standard edition cover. So this is the standard edition cover that is drawn by Adam Kubert. And as always, I will put the content of the book down here at the bottom so you can read along with me. But this collects 1 through 33, the half issue, and then the Ultimate War miniseries 1 through 4. It's the exact same mapping I had with mine. So this is everything that's written by Mark Millar, but you also have Chuck Austin in there, and Jeff Johns. That's right, Jeff Johns writes one of the issues in there. But this is all taking place in the Ultimate Universe. So we have the Ultimates Omnibus, we have the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus that is recently getting a reprint coming out later this year in 2021. And now we have Ultimate X-Men. That's crazy. I never thought we would see this. I'm still in shock, honestly, that we're actually getting an Ultimate X-Men Omnibus, because I didn't think the interest was there, but apparently you all did it. You all pre-ordered your Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, maybe? So maybe there's still hope for a Volume 2. Now, let's take a look at this direct market cover. And this direct market cover is also drawn by Adam Kubert, but it's just a solo Wolverine running away from a giant explosion. I have a hard time deciding which one I like. I kind of like the team from the standard edition, even though they're all in silhouette. But I also like Wolverine. I've always been a big fan of his goatee. But anyway, this is the era of Ultimate X-Men reimagined for the Ultimate Universe. And it's all written by Mark Millar and Adam Kubert supplying a lot of the artwork. You have Andy Kubert drawing some of the stuff. As a matter of fact, Joe Kubert does some of the inks. I think it's an issue of Ultimate X-Men 11. Chris Bacalo does the artwork in Ultimate War. But you also have Tom Rainey, Tom Derenick, Azad Ribic, Carrie Andrews draw some of the stuff in here, and David Finch. So this is the era of the Ultimate Universe that reintroduced a lot of people to the X-Men. And a lot of people think, that this era was heavily inspired by the movies, and maybe a little bit of vice versa, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of interesting takes on a lot of the characters. Like the big dynamic between Magneto and Professor X was a little bit different. Wolverine is a lot different towards the beginning. Jean Grey is a lot different. So if you've never read it, you're in for a treat, especially if you're used to reading the 616 Universe X-Men. But both of these books will be available in the summer of 2022. As soon as they go up for pre-order, don't forget to pre-order. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below which covers you're going to go for, which books you're interested in. And now that they're opening kind of this gate for the Ultimate Universe, what other Ultimate comics do you want to see in omnibus format? Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to David Gabriel again and the folks at Marvel for sending us this advance notice of both of these books. And more importantly, all of you stay healthy, stay safe, and much love.